Hey guys, this is John. I'm playing Ruslan 1541 in a 3+0 game on chess.com. It's another Clock as a Weapon series. Alright, so first game of the session, I postponed eating my Chipotle bowl because of this session. I was debating between eating it first and then playing, or probably doing the prudent thing, which is playing first, because Chipotle fills you up. Okay, I like my setup here. I'm going to play queen b6, I think. He's probably going to play b3. No? Okay, let's play d6. Maybe go for bishop f5 or bishop e6, depending upon what white does here. Let's play bishop f5. I feel like it might be helpful to induce this move. And actually, can I take on e4 if white plays that? I might be able to. Knight takes e4. Yeah, because the knight's very weak at the end. Okay, so that seems to walk into issues. Considering knight g4 here, considering knight e4, considering maybe queen here, this move looks annoying because I'm threatening this. It does leave this loose, but I think he may believe I'm just playing this to, yeah, put pressure on c3, but in fact I had this queen takes c4 threat as well. Okay, and I want to guard this pawn. He may be looking to jump his knight, but do I care about that? I think it's actually fine, because if he plays knight d5, let's say, I can take, and I'm going to be hitting his queen. So up a pawn here. Up a pawn with T in hand. Shout out to Eric Rosen. He also likes his T. Okay, let's take. I gotta take. All right, so he's just going to play to win this back. Okay, probably a good idea. Let's play... Don't think I can save it. Well, actually, okay. My knight is not really under fire. Maybe bishop d7? Let's do that. Maybe I can save this after all. Okay, he's going to play this opposite color bishop position. Interesting. Now here I feel like rook e2 is probably the move. Yeah, let's play actively. Uh-huh. Okay. Could give a check. Yeah, I'm going to try to play for more here. Let's go here. Look for this. Okay. It's hard to maintain an advantage here, though. Now he has rook takes d5 if he wants. And that may be drawish now. May truly be drawish. Yeah, I think so, unfortunately. Okay, let's take. Go a4. Opposite color bishops. Let's play f5, just try to create some sort of imbalance. I am behind on the clock now, but position's looking pretty equal. Yeah, very hard for either side to do much in these setups. Okay, let's take. He's probably just going to set up a blockade. Okay, I can try to penetrate with my king. Don't think that was... Maybe it's still a draw, but I'm a little surprised he played like that. Okay, let's try to work this around. Maybe there's nothing to be done, though. I'll try to play king g2, king f1, king e1, but he has a pretty firm blockade here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Let's play like this. Yeah, and this will truly be a draw. Okay, offer him a draw. Okay, so I might have been able to keep my pawn there. I think I might have messed up a bit with bishop d7. So material-wise, I'm up a pawn in this position. e4 is a threat. Yeah, bishop takes d5 could simplify. I think my first instinct move, knight b6, although it would lose this pawn, maybe is an attempt for something. I guess white just has rook c1 here, defending the bishop. Yeah, it does seem hard to keep the extra pawn and avoid an opposite color bishop position here. So perhaps allowing knight d5 was mistaken. Also noticing I could have perhaps played queen takes e2 here. Queen takes e2. That would have got interesting. As if rook e1, maybe now knight takes d5 with the discovery again. Did not even notice that was a possibility. I had in my head I was going to take the knight. Okay, so start out with a draw. Oh, and that is not capturing the score properly. Let me resize this before we move on here. Yeah, I'm actually playing this in advance of the day I'm going to post this. I'm going to be down in Texas doing commentary at the National Junior High Championship this coming weekend. And I'm playing this on a Thursday night, about 10:30. Let's get back in the mix here. The day after I played my last session, which was pretty up and down. Okay, Western Babe is the next one. 2372. Let's open with e4. Okay, I'm going to play this advanced variation with h4. Yeah, black plays h5. I think this is one of the better ways of continuing. Black takes, okay. Now two plans. You can play knight f3 and try to use the g5 square, or you can go knight e2 and maybe go knight g3. I'm going to go knight e2 because I usually play knight f3, but let's experiment with this. Bring the knight here. Try to attack both f5 and h5. Okay, and bishop e7. I am willing to perhaps give this pawn. So let's play knight e4. If black takes it, I can land this knight on d6, so I don't think black will be capturing there anytime soon. And I can still put something on g5 if I like. Okay, let's go here. Bishop b4 check is possible. I might play king f1 in that case. Bishop d2 also fine. Yeah, because the dark square bishop's pretty important for black. If knight h6, which is the most normal developing move, I guess I can play bishop g5. Try to trade this bishop and still land the knight in. Yeah, let's do that. Knight takes h5 would have ran into bishop takes e4, so... Okay, black is thinking a little bit here. And now the check. Okay. So their queen is under attack. I feel like if I just move my king, that's fine. Because bishop d2, bishop e7. So let's move the king. Yeah, now I don't think this check was wise, given that black still has to address this. And knight d6 could still be an issue coming up. Like maybe if I play a3 and further kick the bishop. Depends what black does. Okay, queen there. Yeah, a3 I think is decent. Yeah, bishop f8. So this looks like things have gone wrong for black. Still, though, black is probably going to play knight f5 next move. I don't see anything crushing here. Knight takes h5 would be nice, but not really working. Okay, let's just play queen f3. Expecting knight f5. And I might just play rook d1 at that point. And basically ask black how he's going to develop here. How he's going to unwind. Knight d5 seems normal. Although, knight d5, I can maybe play bishop takes, pawn takes, take here. Although there's bishop takes f5 at the end. Okay. Bit of a logjam now. Queen b6 could be coming. I'm going to play bishop c4, just try to improve things a little bit. Maybe be able to play b4. I'm thinking black might try to pop their queen out here. And now bishop e7. Okay. Well, let's take. Okay, let's go queen f4. Threatening this with the queen helping. Okay, and he castles. Good idea, I think. Yeah, this didn't work out in my favor. Okay, let's try to play something active. Maybe looking to take here. Black takes, I'll take back. There's knight f5 at that point, but I'll play queen f4. Looks a little shaky on my part, but I'm not going to dwell on how I misplayed that, because black is under a minute. Okay, bishop takes e6. I think this is an imbalance I should go for here. I got to give up my 2 minors, but I like the look of this. Seize the initiative. Definitely in favor of taking that initiative when your opponent's under time pressure. Let's play d5 here. And then I'm going to lift this rook. Secure the king. Their king looks a bit open, and he's got to hustle now. Let's go here. Super solid knight on f5, but hard for black to make progress otherwise. And yeah, that time is a big problem. Can I take? No? Okay, let's go back. Let's go b4. Let's go... Not exactly sure. I'm going to go there. Ooh, that seems like a very nervy move. Bring this over. And this rook takes e5, I guess. Oh, then queen a8. Queen a8 coming. Check. Okay, let's check again. Let's check. Let's check here. Okay, they resigned. They had no time left. Yeah, just some extra time. That said, did not mean to click on that. I wonder where I went wrong. Roundabout here. I mean, this position seems excellent for me. But his knights came to good squares, d5, f5, and I wasn't able to crack the position. Maybe even right here. Don't know. Would love to get the knight into d6, but he's retaining this bishop. And again, this never really works because of this, unless there's some sort of deflection move I'm missing. So I'm not going to pause to analyze this, but I may go back later and try to take a look, because that was pretty interesting. Okay, so 1.5 out of 2. Stayed ahead of my opponent on the clock. Where did they spend all their time in the opening? So I think there must have been a long think or two for black. Yeah, some 20-second moves. Knight h6 was 20 seconds. Bishop b4 check was 20 seconds. Meanwhile, I was playing in 2.4 seconds and 2.8 seconds. 13.8. Yep, that's sometimes all it takes. Knight takes g3 was 18. Yeah, and you can see here, black's already under a minute. And even though this position's probably better for black, yeah, having a nearly 3-to-1 time advantage is just massive here. Okay, Boot Star is next. Let's play a Sicilian. No Scandi yet. Go for a Sicilian. Okay. Been a while since I faced this one. See how much theory I remember. Yeah, I've gotten in trouble against this before. I know rook e8 is a pretty helpful move, so I'm going to do that. And now, let's just play rook c8. a6, pretty typical. b5. White's starting his pawn storm, so I'm going to try to do the same. Maybe bishop b7. Okay, thinking about moving the knight here. I think it's a decent time to do this and trade the bishops. I can try to play knight e5 and go after f3. Okay, he's not cooperating, but knight e5 looks pretty good here. Yeah, eyeing up this c4 square. I'm going to try not moving my pawns around my king if I can avoid it. Really, he's going to allow knight c4. Kind of turtling up here. Okay, let's play b4. Just a helpful attacking move. Maybe I can go queen b6 and land knight a3 someday. Yeah, so by keeping these pawns back, I'm making it harder for white to make contact with my position when they're pawn storming me. Knight h5, okay. Yeah, so maybe menacing a capture and then the queen infiltrating. That is an interesting move. I'm going to go here, I think. Because I want to play bishop f8, but I need to get out of this pin. Ooh, aggressive. Okay, so, oh man. That might be good. I might have to play g6 here and kick that knight out. Bishop f8, bishop takes g7, followed by queen g5 was looking good, so have to play g6. Somewhat weaken my position. Said I didn't want to move those pawns, but looks necessary here. I think this is still reasonable, though. Okay, he's just going to go all in, daring me to take that knight. I kind of want to. He's throwing down the gauntlet here. I think I'm going to try. And then I'm going to hide the king after he takes back, presumably. And then try to get my rook over to g8. Swap stuff down the file. Pretty imposing pawn formation, but once I get rook g8 in, start allocating resources to the defense. Also, if he moves his rook over here, this pawn is undefended. I can't take it yet because he will be threatening bishop g7, but I actually don't think white will play it. Okay, white does play it. Doesn't seem like white can attack me down this diagonal either. Time-wise, I'm decent. Try to play this next move if I get the chance. If b3, I always have check here. Okay, here, this looks like I should play bishop f6. Actually, does this really change anything? What if I just take here? Let's play this first, though. I'm a little worried he might check and bring his queen in or something. This bishop f6 looks pretty solid. Puts pressure on the knight, too. Might help in offensive capacity if I play knight a3. Okay, he's going to trade. Let's take. Okay, here, bishop e5 looks pretty solid. Probably don't want to part with my dark square bishop, so yeah, bishop e5 looks like a no-brainer. And now let's go after this guy. e4. Okay, this position definitely seems winning. Maybe queen here. Pin him. Yeah. I think that's pretty terminal. If rook f1, I can just swap everything off. Totally safe. He even has a back rank issue at the end, perhaps. Can play bishop c1, I guess, at the very end of that line, but I'll have bishop takes b2. Yeah, and importantly, take here, knight f7 is not mate because my queen can come back and take it. So, no smothered mate. Okay. That was a fun game. Yeah, when he played f4, it just seemed to me that actually hindered his attack for a moment because the queen wasn't helping out. So f4 is probably overdoing it, but I can see why he didn't want to move his knight. If he plays knight f4, I might be able to play this and attack this and this. Although something like knight f5 would still be pretty complicated. And maybe on knight g3, he didn't want to allow this, potentially. Although, I'm not sure I would have taken this pawn, because that always opens the h-file. So, entertaining Sicilian game. That's why we play the Sicilian. You often get interesting opposite-side castling fights. Okay, we got a Grandmaster, GM Czechie 2015. 2 more games left in this session. Let's go mainline d4. We're going to see a Gruenfeld or a King's Indian. Gruenfeld it is. Okay, let's take. I'll play a line that I used to play every once in a while over the board. Okay, let's go here. Bishop d2. The idea is to take on c3 with the bishop after playing e4. Early c5. Wow, I didn't even know this was a move. I'm going to take it. Okay, and now it seems like I'm going to lose one of the pawns, so let's just play it this way. Maybe try to stop him from castling. No, let's just play. Actually, yeah, let's play here. Parries the idea of knight e4 as well. Slightly worse structure, but I do have the bishops. So maybe I can play off of that somehow. Okay, let's just play bishop e2. Probably should try to stick the knight on d4 soon. If he plays f6, I may have to retreat this bishop, although I haven't decided quite yet. Okay, now do I play knight d4 and invite him to take on a2? I could also just play c4. This actually seems kind of interesting. I'm going to do it. Okay, and he doesn't bite. Okay, so let's castle now. And he castles. Interesting. Okay, I'm just going to play a helpful move. I'm spending a little too long here. I'm not quite sure what to play. Let's go knight b3. Yeah, got to defend this weakness. Okay, let's bring this here. Okay, I'll take. If he takes here, I'll maybe play c4. Try to cut him off. Let's go here. Let's play bishop f4. Man, it's tough playing a grandmaster while commentating. Who knew? Especially at 3-minute. Okay, so I'm trying to somehow prove that his bishop is trapped over here, but looks like a sketchy proposition. But okay, I can try to get my king closer now. Let's do that. Trying to allow my king to come over. Let's go here. If he takes it, I take with the king. I don't think he'll want to trade. Okay, let's take. Do this. Okay, I'm just down a pawn here, unfortunately. Try to make it difficult for him to make progress. Looking to move my light square bishop. Okay, I can try for f3, move the bishop, and then play g4. That's probably my best attempt at counterplay. Also aim against the pawn on b6, maybe. Definitely don't want to trade if I can avoid it. Got to get some counterplay here. Outside pawn. Knight e6 check, king c3. Hit the b6 pawn. Okay, let's wait for a moment. Okay, I'm going to give him the e4 pawn, and I'm going to take here. Otherwise, it was looking hard to get active. Okay, let's give it a check. Okay, now my pawn might be running. Let's bring this back. King e5 is another idea here. King e5 and h5. I mean, the pawn could be tough to stop. Let's bring this back. The h-pawn, that is, could be tough to stop. Oh, this is with check. Ooh, okay. Got pretty lucky on that one. Although, chess.com says 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 0 missed wins, but black was definitely better. Yeah, I haven't seen this c5 line out of the opening. Granted, it's been a long time since I've looked at this, but yeah, I haven't seen c5 here before. I'm pretty sure I've looked at black just castling and then trying to arrange e5 later, or pressure against d4, but interesting idea here to give up the bishop, give up that traditionally strong fianchettoed bishop, but then fork these two pawns and just claim that he has a better structure. All right, so hung in there. Yeah, I'm proud of myself for speeding up. Again, I was slipping into my old habits out of the opening and in the early middle game, just fumbling around for something to do, but I kept my head down and I hit upon this plan of trying to get counterplay. I mean, he's so concentrated on the queen side here. I do have the bishops. And this f3 reorganization was nice. Putting the bishop on f2. Black had some issues with b6, but the main thing is I was able to make an outside pass pawn, even if black's somehow better in this position. All right, last game coming up. Checky 2015. Actually, I wonder who this player is. No name. Okay. Very healthy blitz rating, though. And I am over 2,700. Actually, my last session was unrated. All of the games were unrated. And I didn't realize that at the time. Someone pointed it out in the comments. Okay, another Grandmaster. Let's do it. Velagia 49. Okay, I like playing the Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation. But we're in the semi-Tarrasch now. All right, I'll play this middle game. There's actually quite a bit of theory in this middle game. I've noticed that some players are playing this more often as black. Seems to be an increase in popularity of this line. I'll play the standard way. Okay, play bishop f1. I think the setup I'm choosing here is a little bit better against knight on d7 instead of knight on c6. But okay, let's gain some space over here. I will play queen e3 now. So I've got this nice center, but black is extremely solid. Okay, knight b4, probably a good move. I'm looking at knight e5, but knight c2 is a threat. Knight c2 is very awkward for me. I might need to play rook e2 here. Looks like I have to do that. Bishop a6, rook d2, I guess. Not thrilled to have to make this move. It looks like it messes with my coordination, but not too many other ways to deal with those two threats. Thought about queen a3 for a second, but knight c2 looks good. In principle, I'd like to keep pieces on the board here. Okay, this did make him think at least, so let's go here. Okay, so we traded the light square bishops. He's pretty well prepared for d5. I mean, getting in d5 seems difficult to do in a way that makes sense here because he's blockading that pawn so well. I think I'm going to stick the king back here, first of all. Okay, he's almost goading me into playing d5 now. But knight e5 is another option. a3. Might just want to play a3, but he has knight c2, I guess. D5 takes and then push e5 is sometimes played here. Albeit probably not the best. Okay, let's go knight e5. I'll try to attack f7, I suppose. Yeah, like let's say queen f4, and if f6, play knight g6. Up on the clock. He's keeping the tension. Okay. I could still play knight g6 if I wanted. But I'm going to go here. Doesn't contain a threat, but it gives me some more options. If f6, I can play knight g6 or knight f3, and I don't have to trade queens. I definitely like keeping queens on now that he's potentially under time duress. So, okay. Let's play here. Kind of sick of defending that pawn. Knight c2, maybe knight f3. He's going after that d pawn. Yeah, let's go here. Might now go for d5. Maybe more chances with a pair of rooks exchanged. Or knight e5. Let's go back, knight e5. Just annoy him for a moment. Okay, go here. If he goes back, I'm going to play d5, but I'm happy to repeat once when he's the one in time pressure. Okay. Plays a different move. That's probably a good move. Didn't see that one. Okay, I have an idea. Not sure how great this is, but it's an idea. So if he takes, I'm going to go here. I can't take that pawn because there were some pin issues here, but I can play d4. I'm going to play e5 after that. Down a pawn, but some counterplay. Push. Queen e6 looks decent. Yeah. Okay, let's centralize. Keep that centralized. You can't take here because his knight hangs. That's nice. Let's give a check. Just make him react once. Might play rook d2 after this. Attack his knight. If he defends with his queen, I can check again. Gain a little more time on the clock. Yeah, he doesn't have any time left here. Probably an equal rook ending, but no time. All right, and I finished with 36 extra seconds. Not the way I prefer to win, but hey, this is 3 minute, no increment. We all know what we're getting into. Clock is a weapon, right? Okay. Yeah, these positions are subtle. I actually think this is a pretty good defense for black. Black minimizes the number of weaknesses that they have. Yeah, I think this setup that I chose, even though it looks very normal to bring the rooks to a1, d1, it's better when black's knight is on d7. Although, maybe not, because there was this famous game, Polygaevsky versus Tal, where Polygaevsky did, or Tal did this, knight a5, bishop d3, rook c8, and it got crazy from here, and there was this pawn sacrifice idea where white played d5, gave up the pawn, pushed e5, and opened the bishop. So maybe my memory was correct. Yeah, I have to brush up on these lines, but somehow in the early middle game I started to drift a bit, but yeah, was at least able to play a stabilizing move in rook e2, and black spent a little bit too long trying to figure out what to do. Some jostling back and forth, but yeah, here black was under a minute. I mean, I wasn't too far behind, but so repeating positions, definitely something that works to your advantage if you're ahead on the clock. Repeat once, maybe even repeat twice, and then go from there. All right, so after kind of a slow start with that draw, I win my last 4 games, including 2 games against Grandmasters. So, fun session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Still always working on that time management. And if you guys have any feedback on this series, as always, drop me a message. Or if you have any feedback on how I can improve my time management, things that you guys have seen now with, I think, 9 videos in this series and counting. All right, guys, I'll be back again soon with another video.